Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining our webinar today. We've got people from all over the world, which is fantastic, UK, US, and farther afield as well. So welcome all. Today, we're going to be speaking on how to master your CRM data in 2025 and actually beyond. Lessons from the past and trends shaping the future. My name is Martin Doyle. I am the founder and CEO at DQ Global. I know you can all read, so I won't be reading from the slides in totality. At the heart of what we do is really quite a simple idea, that better data leads to better information and better trusted decisions, which of course in turn help our clients succeed, doing more with better quality data. Now, we also know that data is quite a dull, dry subject generally, and we're aware that there are no data initiatives really, only business initiatives. And it's what the data does for you that matters, not the data itself. It's what it turns out, the outcomes that you achieve by having higher quality data that makes a difference. Now, you might have noticed that I said higher quality data rather than data quality, because another of my pet, I don't know, I won't say pet peeves, pet hates, not quite that strong, is that we don't really want data quality, we want quality data. But data quality is the term, that's how it's stuck, and we'll stay with that. So what are we going to discuss today? Three things. The lessons learned, so a rear view mirror really over the past 25 years of managing customer data and the lessons that we've learned from that. A bit of future forecasting, the emerging trends that are going to transform the CRM strategies and help you stay ahead in 2025 and beyond. Now, we could have done half an hour on any of these subjects actually. And finally, some practical strategies that help you build and maintain a strong CRM data foundation to go forward with, how to fix this data to improve its quality and make it foundational for success. So, lessons number one, the important lessons that we've learned over the last 25 years. Now, as I say, we could have filled a half an hour this easily, probably filled an hour, and it's our rear view mirror view of the world. And our first point is that, no surprise to anybody on this call, that CRM data can be wrong. In this little slide, you can see that we've got United States, Canada, USA, and US, which indicates a typical problem that we see with inconsistent data in a system. Perhaps somebody hasn't used a pick list, they haven't used a lookup, there's typos, there's variations in here galore, which mean that the analytics, of course, go wrong, which we all know. Likewise, this little one, a bit tongue-in-cheek, but also very true, we've seen these things, where null became the best-selling product. Why? Because the data is incomplete. Validation hasn't been put on a field, and as a result, we have some bad analysis. I'm sure we've all seen invalid data. We've seen inconsistent data where it's syntactically wrong, like phone numbers, emails, addresses, dislocated data where the wrong things are in the right field or the right things are in the wrong field. And of course, the dreaded duplication, non-uniqueness, if you like, in a data quality sense. Those being businesses, people, places, etc., parts, all the rest of the anomalies that happen. And we see comical errors like dear do not mail, dear deceased appear because of the way data is captured. And we see people with mortgages that are under 16 and over 100 because the date of birth is wrong or inconsistent. So a light-hearted view of the world there, but better quality CRM data matters, as you can see from these statistics. 56% of firms mention that questionable data quality as a major challenge. 47% of newly created data records have at least one critical error. Doesn't mean they don't have more than one, at least one. So that's nearly half the data that's captured. 84% of CEOs say they're concerned about the integrity of data they're making decisions on. So you can see that poor quality data remains one of the biggest barriers to CRM success. And this was an interesting stat that came across my desk yesterday that we thought would be useful to drop into this. Now, this is some research that's done by a research group called Infotech. As you can see, the top 3 challenges in adopting AI at the top are lack of AI or data management skills, AI governance, and the data platform not optimized for AI. Now, if you remember from the previous stat, 84% of CEOs basically didn't trust the data. This shows the gap between the importance and the satisfaction. Satisfaction being 0 to 10 on the right, dissatisfaction, if you like, on the left. And you can see that data quality is the highest risk factor here that CIOs are seeing. So very interesting that we want our tools to work better for us, but to realize the value of their technology, we still have concerns around the data quality. Now, something else that we've learned over the years is the 1-10-100 rule. I think some of you will probably be familiar with this and seen it before. It's really saying that at point of entry or point of data capture, if there were a cost, £1, 1 hour, 1 week, 1 person, whatever that might be, to prevent an error, if you have to correct it down the line, there's a 10x multiple on that. And if you have to mitigate its impact on the business decisions or the customers that we lose, there's a 100-time multiple on whatever that input cost was. So the lessons from this are really the further away from the source of the problem that you go, point of entry, the more expensive it gets. And I think this is a great example if you could think of a snowball running down a hill or the compounding effect like compound interest caused often just by blissful ignorance. It's not done deliberately, it's just ignorance and the failure to understand the impacts and the handover effects of this. And those data defects are very expensive down the line. So what do we need to do about this? Obviously train people and understand the downstream impacts, give feedback, and design user-friendly inputs and interfaces that encourage better adoption and data capture. Another lesson learned. Errors occur at the data handovers. So think of this like the 4x100 or the 4x100 relay. It happens at the boundaries, the intersection of things. I've never seen a runner drop the baton in their lane. It's always at the handover. So these data errors occur at the system. Human input, data imports, migrations, integrations, workflows, etc. So take special care when handling the data, i.e. when it's captured, transferred, and processed, because it's at the handovers, the boundaries of the systems where things go wrong. Here's a little equation that I came up with. I know what you're thinking about the BS, but bear with us. AI minus DQ equals BS. So AI, we all know about AI. It offers the promise to help businesses make faster and better informed decisions, which is fantastic. AI is an incredible force that we're seeing. We've seen the changes that have happened with OpenAI, ChatGPT, Copilot, etc. And fantastic. Data quality. Now, data quality is really defined by its fitness for use. How useful is it to you in some given context, a situation? It doesn't have to be perfect. It's got to be fit for use in that use case. And AI is a use case in our scenario. So it has to be fit for use for that process. Now, BS. I know what you're thinking about BS. So we have 3 categories of BS: bad science, bad strategy, bad systems, where bad science are the faulty models that get built, bad strategy, the misguided business decisions that happen as a result, and the bad systems, the inefficiencies, the harmful automations that go on as you go downstream in that 1-10-100 kind of model. So simply put, AI without the right data is frankly worthless. It's a recipe for flawed insights, wrong conclusions, which can unwittingly steer businesses into making some very bad decisions with a high level of certainty. The old adage, garbage in, garbage out, I think has moved on now. It's garbage in, fast garbage out. And I'm sure you've all seen on every AI model, every product that you're looking at, like ChatGPT, date state, it can make mistakes, check the important info. So moving on to our second part, we've got the emerging trends that are happening. These are the things that we're seeing happen 2025 and beyond. Now, it's not complete, but these are the major things that we're seeing reshaping CRM data processes. Data cleansing and automation. So manual data entry, we know, is prone to errors and inconsistencies, which can undermine your CRM effectiveness. The AI tools can help us with accuracy, the efficiency of data capture, and its consistency. So an example might be the automation and flagging of incomplete or incorrect data, which would prompt actions at that point, maybe with human or without human intervention. We've also got predictive analytics and insights. So this is fantastic to leverage the historical data to forecast customer behavior that help us anticipate the needs and trends of our clients. This might include lead scoring, churn prediction, and personalized recommendations. Now, an example of that might be where the CRM uses machine learning to suggest the best communication channel and times for engaging with a particular customer, so giving them a better experience. Conversational AI. Now, we've all seen the AI bots. I'm sure we've all been involved and we've all been frustrated by them or amazed by their capabilities. I think that these are important, and I think that they're very well used in customer support, sales assistance, and data updates, where we've seen bots handle customer inquiries, deliver up recommendations, and update the CRM with conversational details. This will be recorded, and the details will be taken down, and output notes will be, can be provided. So it's a fantastic capability. It might notify the sales team that an inquiry requires immediate attention. And in one case, we've heard of reduced errors by 40% and an increased net promoter score of 20%, which is very significant. Now, this might be a bit more left field, as with some other items that are coming along, virtual reality and augmented reality. So VR headsets and augmented reality using the capabilities to get immersive customer experience and effectively improve their interactions with the companies they're dealing with or the people they're dealing with. In an example, we were told about a company that leveraged these technologies, which improved data insights by 35%, and importantly, cut training times by 40%. So now you can get, an impression of what's going on, help somebody and assist somebody. I can see operations being done remotely. I can see service and maintenance where an engineer is out on site and somebody's guiding them through the augmented reality or virtual reality. Workflow automation. So relatively straightforward here. Workflows have been around for a long, long time, but we're getting far more intelligence now with triggered reminders. This might send an email sequence to the CRM, and a salesperson might be updating maybe a deal stage. Fairly simple, but that would trigger an automatic email notification to various stakeholders and might adjust the sales pipeline dashboard for them. So again, taking away the drudgery of everyday working. Excuse me. So real-time data insights. This is where AI can help responding to things using dashboards and recognizing anomaly detection. So this might help people with a marketing spike, understanding website traffic for a new campaign, enabling immediate engagement and interactions. Blockchain. This, again, bit left field, but I think blockchain might be used. Sorry, excuse me for one moment. Sorry, folks, do apologize. So blockchain. Blockchain, I think, will be used for immutable transactions. So we know that blockchain is kind of used in the financial services sector, but I think that with security will help us better understand what's going on from a fraud detection point of view. So it might detect suspicious activity, um, suspect data exports, suspect data interactions. But there are some challenges and considerations around this. So whilst AI and automation benefits are clearly immense, we've got to address some challenges to data quality, obviously, because AI depends on clean, accurate data to deliver meaningful insights. Cost and complexity. So implementing AI can require significant investment and expertise, which is rare and not found at the moment, as we saw from one of those charts earlier. And then there's the ethics involved. I think data ethics are going to be a big factor in this, around data compliance, data protection, and avoiding bias in these models. So, really, I think this is going to be amazing. The AI is going to have a huge impact on CRM, redefining the value that it can deliver, reducing manual effort, improving accuracy, and unlocking insights to help the organization support its customers better, which is fantastic. Now, I think CRMs are being recognized as part of the enterprise data strategy. And under that camp, I think the rise of the ESB, or the enterprise service space for customer data mastery, as I put it here, that's around helping you truly understand a 360-degree view, not having silos of data. And data quality as a service is an opportunity to loosely couple your data quality services and your business applications, so you can substitute business apps, substitute the data quality services without disrupting the organization, and helping you have unified practices and processes across the enterprise, so that you don't end up with those false indicators and false sets of data and siloed data. The next one is the importance of data quality and data governance. Now, governance covers a whole raft of things: privacy, security, ethics, compliance, regulation, the whole metadata management. But data quality, I think, is going to be a very important part in the whole enterprise data governance space. So I think there'll be a rising focus on that. You really do need to know your customer going forward. We know that historically. What we've ended up with a series of single customer views in siloed applications. So siloed applications are still a problem, which is why there's been a rise of master data management and CDPs, which we'll refer to in a while. So knowing your customer is, of course, critical. We can't have it siloed. We've got to have things in one place, ideally. And that's where the ESB, I think, can come into place. And, of course, that data governance. We're seeing in our clients, interestingly, that dashboards, data quality dashboards, are now surfacing even at CEO level. So at executive level, they're wanting to see the quality of the data in their organizations improve. This is helping them justify the costs and prove the value of their data quality initiatives. And then finally, in these downturn economy, or these troubled economies at the moment, companies are definitely sweating their assets. They're making sure that those assets are fit for use and are not abused. So, they're only of value if they're used and, as I say, not abused. So your CRM and the data that's contained within it are really being valued, because the data, the container, the CRM or the ERPs or the business applications are the containers for the data. And rather like people, the food that we eat, or cars, the fuel that you fill them with, it really, if they're not high quality, then you don't get very good outcomes. So CRM is being recognized as a strategic asset. We talked about sweating the assets, and it's being seen more as an asset to support the business to be more successful. We just talked about the container and the impact of that. So CRM is about continuous innovation. It's helping support the business to achieve more. And if you do it well, then you do get cost reductions. You get efficiency gains. You will get more revenue, which is the lifeblood of any company. You avoid risk of compliance, fines, GDPR, et cetera, et cetera. You get to market faster, so your time to cash gets faster. You need less cash to operate the business. And you get greater customer satisfaction. I mean, the best way to make money is to stop wasting it, right? Which is where the cost reductions come in, and which is where you stop your customers churning so that you have annual recurring revenue, you have satisfied customers, you have testimonials, and you do better business. One of the choices here that we've often heard on is, are you going to build a new application and throw away your data, or improve your data and get better success out of your application so that you can then refine that application and define so it supports better processes for you? So moving to the last part here, we're in the practical strategies to build and maintain a strong foundation. Now we're going to start with a bit of an understanding about our leaning tower of data. So data is the foundation, as you can see. Information comes from data, knowledge comes from information, and wisdom from your knowledge. You've probably seen the DIKW model many times. So what we've got is the leaning tower of data, where there's a broken data foundation. Your application data is therefore not fit for use. The CRM or ERP get impacted. The reports and dashboards are not as useful as they could be. And the insights that are coming from your AI, BI, turn out to be BS, frankly. And this is the distortion from the truth. So if we thought the foundation, the application data were correct, that's the 1. As we go up the scale, that's the 10. And you can see that the distortion would be the 100. That would be the price we're paying for the incorrect data at the input. So the practical steps to improve this are that we need to improve the attitudes, the beliefs of our organization, the execs, the user of this system. Data quality is everybody's responsibility. So we call this the ABCs, the attitudes, the behaviors, and the consequences. So it's about establishing policies and procedures for customer data management and applying those 110-100 principles. I think many of you are probably familiar with the Pareto principle, where 80% of things are caused by 20% of things. So 80% of our data quality problems, or our quality data, caused by 20% of the data. So it's about identifying those things and focusing on the root causes and iterating. We think there should be smart data management. It's got to be strategic, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. So it's about ensuring that we take responsibility, we take ownership, we identify where the biggest impacts are going to be, and focusing on those. Relevant data enrichment. So we don't think that you should enrich everything. We've got a client that's in the hospitality space who've got over 5 million customers, or clients, guests actually, that they stay in their hotels. We aggregated their data across their multiple portfolios and said to them, only a percentage of these guests actually come back to you. They typically come for you for anniversaries or events or business days. So why are you cleaning up all your 5 million records when you probably need to clean 500,000? So we reduced the cost of that activity substantially and now only focus on their key and most important guests, and those that are returning, check the data at that point or where data changes. So it's an ongoing continuous cleansing and saved substantial amounts of money and focused on those people that were most important. And of course, automate processes and humanize exceptions. So it's much better to use tools than have people doing stare and compare, your poor data workers. They can be freed up to do higher value work. We know that the workers are considered as a sunk cost, if you like, but it's a false economy. They can be used to do less tedious tasks, more valuable tasks that are more useful to the business. So another acronym, easy as pie. Prioritize. Focus on the most important things. And that means regular data audits and cleansing, which prevents things. So using the 80-20 principle. Implement the tools that are going to help you dedupe, validate, standardize, point of entry checking, etc. And of course, evaluate. That's about creating data governance frameworks, checklists, using tools, dashboards, etc. It's about a continuous process to ensure that you get data that's fit for use and will support the business. So run through these quite quickly because they're summaries, if you like, of what we talked about. Regular data audits are important. You've got to identify where the problems is. You've got to diagnose before you prescribe. So those data audits are important to visualize where the inaccuracies, the duplicates, the information inaccuracies that are going to help you do better. Standardization, back to the joke about the US, USA, United States. Those are real issues. So standardize your data so you've got consistency across the enterprise to help. Automate the processes and humanize the exceptions. They're critical. Ensure that data governance policies are clear and everybody understands them. Put a framework in. You can't blame people for doing things they don't know they shouldn't be doing. So ensure that everybody understands the impact down the line of handing over inappropriate, incomplete, or inconsistent data. Integrate your systems so that you've got a single customer view, a true 360 view across the enterprise. Help people train by training them to understand the applications, understand the factors involved. Monitor and resolve those errors so it's a continuous process. Validate the data at point of entry. That's that 110-100 principle. Otherwise, you're going to pay the price down the line. That snowball effect that is very costly. Sorry, adopt data quality management tools because that's going to free up your people to do more purposeful work and get the job done quicker, faster, and more accurately. And encourage purging outdated data. Why are we holding expensive data unnecessarily in cloud storage that can be archived into lower cost storage areas? And encourage collaborations, everybody's responsibility across the enterprise. So I'm conscious we're coming up to time, only a few minutes left. So as we said at the start, there are no data initiatives, only business initiatives. So the best way to make money is to stop wasting it. So we want to lower our costs through removing inefficiencies. You want to improve your revenues by marketing to the right people at the right time with the right offers and supporting customer cases, helping them through their problems and avoiding churn. Reducing the risks that are involved, in making bad decision makings, as well as, compliance issues. So if you want to build on a foundation of trust, you will have success. You will have better outcomes with better data. And that leads me to kind of a conclusion, really, where if you can build a better trust, you will have a better CRM system filled with better CRM data, which gives you better decisions, and you will have a better business. So what we're offering up today, for those of you that would like to take up the offer, you'll get a 30-minute consultation, a free CRM data audit, so we can diagnose what challenges you might have, the sort of MRI scan to tell you how healthy your data is. And out of that, we'd like to give you ideally a minimum of 3 tailored recommendations, often many more, for your improvement of the data in your business applications. And if you'd like to do that, please do contact us via sales@decuglobal.com. There's a next webinar scheduled, actually, how to master your CRM. We've been talking about the mastery of your data. This is literally mastering, how to create that mastered golden record, and the practical steps within dynamic CRM specifically through 2025 and beyond. And it's on the 26th of February, coming up soon, and you can see the times there. So I am conscious of time, so thank you very much. Please do feel free to connect, and hope to see you again another time. Thank you.